Jim Bob does this all the time. News breaks, a leak happens, and then something will get posted to somehow confirm it. He uses propaganda all the time. I feel like at this point I should have a PhD in Duggar propaganda using internet shade online.
Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing fantastic wherever you are in the world. I am aware I'm a few days late in reporting this and I truly apologize. I'm referring to Katie Joy trying to make it out as if Tough Topic is spreading false information. Let's discuss this, but before that, my usual disclaimer. Please do not take what I say as fact. Please feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. A few days ago, Tough Topic made a video titled Exclusive. It's a wrap for Josh and Anna Duggar, where she explains how she was informed by one of the prisoners at Seagoville that Josh told him Anna was done with him. Tough Topic claimed that she finds him to be credible, and then Tough Topic left the question open for our audience to answer if they think this was true or not. Without a crystal ball, decided to make posts about this because she clearly feels that she is the Duggar whisperer, or as you saw in the beginning of the video where she claims that she could have a PhD in Duggar propaganda, or maybe she is the spokesperson or publicist the way she carries on, because nobody can have any exclusives or know more information about the Duggars than her. And it makes it seem as though Tough Topic is not credible or reliable and her reporting is false. So she took to her Facebook and posted, rumors have been circulating that Anna Duggar has separated from Josh Duggar. The rumor has gone so far as to claim Anna filed for divorce. This is false. Divorce records are public. Anna is a resident of Arkansas and there are no divorce filings at all in her name. Additionally, there are no divorce records in Texas. Josh Duggar was in communication with Anna during this period that he smuggled the phone and was caught. Upon his release from the SHU in March 2023, Josh was disciplined. He could not have visitors for 6 months, no commissary for 6 months, no phone calls for 6 months, no electronic messages, etc. His period of restrictions based upon that would mean that he will be able to have visitors in September. During this period, Anna has continued to live in Arkansas and continues to be with the Duggar family. Earlier reports that Anna was kicked out by Jim Bob were never substantiated. Amy Duggar King literally saw Anna at a funeral of a family member at Josh's Arkansas attorney 2 weeks ago. Anna was with other members of the Duggar family. Anna remains on active business jointly with Josh. The reports from the so-called inmate are not substantiated by any facts or credible information. Anna and Josh are separated by his prison sentence, but they are very much still married. Sorry to let you down. Then she made a video.
Okay, so I saw this. One of my followers contacted me last night and said, okay, I just saw on this channel that Anna and Josh are divorced.
Did you catch how she gave herself away? And she said she saw this, then quickly said how a follower told her about this. Why would you lie about something as simple as watching somebody else's video? Even if you are just snooping to see if you feel maybe they have something that you could piggyback off, or maybe news that you have not known as yet.
Or they're getting divorced. Can you clarify if this is true? And I will tell you that right now I don't know, but here is, I Googled this to see if anyone else is talking about it, and they're not. And according to this website called We Got This Covered, it says that an inmate is quoted as saying about Josh telling them, my wife is done with me. That was her New Year's resolution. And then apparently they inquired if she had filed for divorce, to which he said yes.
She Googled to see if anyone else is talking about it, and she says no, then proceeds to read the same thing Tough Topic reported on from another website. So others are talking about it. Or is she insinuating that Tough Topic does not have a source and that she took what she read in this article and decided to report on it?
Josh Duggar was caught with a phone. He was caught with a cell phone while he was incarcerated, and according to the discipline that he was handed down, he was given his release date was pushed out into October. Okay, he was not allowed to have commissary, phone calls, or visitors for 6 months. I don't know if that actually is what was implemented. Sometimes what they hand down in discipline versus what is the guards decide to do or the warden decides to do is another thing. So he could be having visitors now, but if we go based on the facts here, that means by September he'd be able to have visitors again, phone calls, commissary. So in this period of 6 months, Anna and him have been separated in that they are not supposed to be communicating and they're not supposed to be having contact with each other via the phone or like email or visits. That doesn't mean she can't write him letters. And obviously, there are still phones in this system, and so he still could also be using phones to talk to her illegally. That's neither here nor there.
But that could actually have put ideas in people's heads as if he is contacting Anna illegally, Katie Joy, and they could call the prison and be making these queries because we know how your audience is.
Since then, Anna has she's been in Arkansas. There was a report in around June that she had been quote unquote kicked out of the Duggars' warehouse and after a fight with Jim Bob, which never actually was verified, and there was no other story beyond that. So the Sun put out this article that says Anna's been kicked out, and then there was never any follow-up on it. And then Anna was seen on Instagram in a couple different videos where stories of family friends where she was at events for other Duggar family members, and although she wasn't didn't want to be seen. Like she was in a story of someone's and she didn't want to be seen. A couple weeks ago, Anna was actually at a wake where she ran into Amy Duggar King.
Let's be clear, Katie Joy. Amy Duggar King ran into Anna and then ran to the internet to give her interpretation of the interaction because the clear message from that incident is that Anna wants nothing to do with Amy. And I'm sure if she could have avoided her, she would have.
And we know that Anna's in Arkansas. We also know that Anna is still with the Duggar family members. And we also know that Anna is still theoretically likely staying at the Duggar compound. Now, the earlier reports that she was kicked out, I could never verify. I could never get anyone from my sources to claim or state that she had been kicked out. She was back up in Arkansas a couple weeks ago at an attorney's funeral, the family member of Josh's attorney, which doesn't to me suggest that there's been any separation. Her reaction to Amy Duggar also doesn't show any reaction that she and Josh are over.
What I take away from that statement, Katie Joy is saying that if Anna was separated from Josh, she will automatically have opened her arms to Amy. I beg to differ.
And then I'd like to remind people that in June of 2023, when Shiny Happy People came out, Anna was furious at Amy, Deanna, Jill, and Derek for being a part of that docuseries. Anna, a source told In Touch that Anna didn't want anything to do with this docuseries. She wasn't going to watch it. She wasn't interested.
So the source for In Touch can be believed, but not Tough Topics source.
So I don't know where this person got their information. I don't know who they're speaking to. I don't know what this person says, but I learned a long time ago that you can only trust so much of what you get out of the people that are in Seagoville. So
the inmate that was her informant seemed to have been very trustworthy for Katie Joy because she paid a hefty price for information about Josh. I will get more into that later.
Unless something comes from a verified source, or for instance, I had someone that had a family member there and I wasn't sure if I could believe anything they said, and then they provided pictures of Anna walking out of the visitation when they were in visitation, where they were visiting their loved one the same time as Anna. And in that case, I could report what they observed because they could provide the photographs that they had taken of Anna. A lot of this is also verifiable, and if this person is claiming that Anna has filed for divorce, there would be records, and there aren't any. I have checked multiple states. I've checked Dallas County, Tarrant County, Collin County. I call all the counties. Denton County, I don't even know. There's so many counties around Dallas. I've checked all of them.
Sure you have.
I've checked Arkansas. There's literally not a single divorce filing. I just don't think there's any credibility to this rumor. I know a lot of people want to see this happen, and I know a lot of people want to believe that she'll file divorce and she'll leave him, but I feel like if it happens, you'll know. It's not going to come from someone inside Seagoville. It's going to come from the news. It's going to come from the court records, and court records are all public. So if you ever want to know, you can always check Arkansas Court Connect, which is public. You can put in Anna's name and you will see that there's nothing in her name. You will also see that there's nothing in Josh's name, and everything in the state of Arkansas is public. Divorces are not private. Now, if she does file for divorce and she does leave, I will definitely report and let you guys know as soon as I have that information. But so far, none of the evidence supports this recent rumor. None of the court records support this rumor. And none of my sources will confirm and say this is true, because it's not.
Now, could it be that Anna is probably at a place where she is threatening to divorce Josh, and maybe Jim Bob is doing everything in his power to try to convince Anna not to follow through with the filing, and Josh found out what she plans on doing, and from a narcissist perspective, he cannot believe Anna is really going through with wanting to divorce him, and the only person that he can really talk to about his situation is his cellmate. That could be a possibility, right? Let me know what you guys think. Now, as you heard her talk about the Sun reporting on Anna being kicked out by Jim Bob, Without a Crystal Ball did 3 videos, and in this video she made about the article from the Sun. As per usual, this cannot be true because, as she reported, Anna had to get out that building because of the investigation in regard to her daughter. So basically, the source for the Sun is lying.
The Sun is reporting that Anna Duggar has been kicked out of Jim Bob's warehouse. And while this sounds enticing, Anna hasn't been living in this warehouse, so I don't know what they're talking about here, but they claim to have an exclusive where Anna has been kicked out of Jim Bob and Michelle's Arkansas warehouse home after a blowout argument with her father-in-law. But I did speak to someone that's friends with Jim Bob that found this to be very unrealistic, though it could be possible. The reason why is they said they have a hard time believing that Jim Bob didn't just kick her out and without a place to go, that he would provide her housing or find her a new place to live. This article claims that Anna is living in this warehouse, but I don't believe she is because I'm pretty confident that James lives in that warehouse now. And it's Anna that lives in the big house because the warehouse is not zoned for residential living. And there was an open CPS case related to Mariella, and I'm pretty sure that it mandated that they move into an owner-occupied home.
Then in another video, she states that because of a post James made, she thinks that Anna has been kicked out.
Yesterday, we talked about Anna Duggar and how she has been reportedly kicked out of the Duggars' house, out of the property, and has been forced to flee with her 7 kids. Once the news hit, right, that Anna had been kicked out, James Duggar showed up onto his Instagram to make a post and a story, which speaks about frustration, which tells me that there could be some truth to what's being said because it's all about how you need to control your frustration and your feelings. And I was like, okay, maybe this is true because it seems like right now, Jim Bob is using James's Instagram to get his story out. This to me tells me that they are choosing peace in their home over the frustration of having to deal with Anna. That's just what I got out of it. Now, it might not be the case, but again, Jim Bob does this all the time. News breaks, a leak happens, and then something will get posted to somehow confirm it. He uses propaganda all the time. I feel like at this point I should have a PhD in Duggar propaganda using internet shade online. So I do think there might be some truth to Anna getting kicked out.
So from this post, it makes sense to Katie Joy that Anna is kicked out because, as she explains, she could have a PhD in Duggar propaganda because Jim Bob uses all his kids when news breaks. And then in her video titled Anna Duggar Living in Texas After Jim Bob Kicks Her Out, in this video she explains how Anna is living with the Spivies and Jim Bob would have kicked her out and allowed her to move in with the Spivies because allegedly the man of the house is like a mentor to Josh and he was supposed to help Josh and would be able to look after or be in charge of Anna, something to that bullshit effect.
It was Rob Spivey that he called frequently from jail. Josh and Rob have a relationship because Rob is supposed to fix Josh. So because Rob has this trusted relationship with Josh, I could see Jim Bob being like, fine, go to Texas. You can live with Rob or you can live on Rob's property. And Josh being okay with it because, well, she's around the IBLP and Rob's going to keep her in line. Anna could be, there's 2 RVs parked outside of the Spivey's house, according to Google Images. One of those RVs is allegedly occupied by Claire and Justin. The other RV could very well be occupied temporarily by Anna with the hopes that they build a home. But her potentially temporarily living in a camper or in an RV on property while a house being built wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility. I mean, you have to remember this was a woman that was living in the big house in a room with the Duggar daughters that are minors and her own minor children for like a year. So this could be an upgrade for her. So she has a lot of family in Texas and a lot more support of her own family in Texas than she has in Arkansas. So to be honest, a move to Texas, if she's going to have to be away from Josh for 10 years and doesn't want to divorce him and wants to stand by her man because she believes she has to and that it's like her martyr duty as a woman to be a better Christian and fix her husband. That's her right. But at the same time, if she's going to try to be around family, she's going to end up in Texas. And why I think she'll end up in Crescent or in, Parker County, Texas is because the Spiveys and the Wallers. Thank you for the tip from the person at the rumor mill in Arkansas.
Katie Joy plays both sides of the fence. With the Sun article, that source of the article could not have been right because she knows one of the boys were living in that warehouse. And then in the next video, because of a post made by one of the sons, it is absolutely possible that Anna was kicked out because Katie Joy knows the Duggars better than the Duggars know themselves. Then in the third video, she took a comment and gossip from a church member and ran with it. What I take away from this is that in Katie Joy's world, no one's source is reliable or credible, only her sources. Going back to when she was outed for paying an inmate for information about Josh and paying a hefty price. First of all, shame on you, Katie Joy, because you claim to have been so concerned about these victims of SA. And clearly, in my humble opinion, all that was fake as fuck. Because since you claim to be an advocate, you would have taken that money that you were paying for information about Josh and at least donate it to an organization that helps kids, anybody that are victims of SA. But you chose to use that money and gather more information about Josh, in turn to get more information about Josh so you can make more videos about what's going on with him. Shame on you. Nevertheless, it proved to me how it is all about you and your bank account and has zero to do with the victims. I will link the video in my description box where Katie Joy was outed for paying an inmate for information about Josh Duggar if you would like to go and see that. Also, remember she made the video, or it was a post, can't remember which one it was, could have been both, where she said one of her sources told her that Joshua Duggar was visited by another man and they kissed on the lips and that Josh Duggar is gay. Nobody must believe Tough Topic. Nobody must believe the Sun, In Touch, or anybody else because only her sources are credible. Please go and check out Tough Topic. She's absolutely wonderful, insightful, kind, and not a bullshitter at all. This is not the first time Katie Joy is doing this kind of stuff to Tough Topic. In my opinion, she is very intimidated by Tough Topic. YouTube is a huge platform. There is so much space for a lot of people, and a lot of other people that talk about the same topics all have, a lot of them could have different insights and different opinions about things. So clearly, I truly feel that Katie Joy is intimidated by Tough Topics reporting. Then she posted this. Conflicting stories out of Seagoville about Josh and Anna Duggar. This comment was left on my channel by a family member of an inmate. They claimed they saw Josh and Anna at visitation and she brought the kids. Stories from inmates all vary and some will lie. Josh is also a known liar. A common theme I have heard about Josh is that he does speak terribly about Anna. I've never heard she wants to divorce. In fact, I've heard the opposite. He doesn't think Anna will ever divorce him because he's Josh Duggar. Take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to prison gossip. Now, when she was paying an inmate for information, back then, never advised people to take things with a grain of salt or take what she said with a grain of salt, number one. Number two, she was paying that inmate for information in regard to Josh Duggar. She never said he wasn't credible. She reported everything as fact. And by her putting this comment on her channel is very irresponsible, and I'll say that because she was the one that came on her channel and said that he could not have visitors because he was being punished for having an illegal cell phone and there were repercussions. So what fell down the wayside? If she's putting ideas in people's heads to say, well, okay, this could be a possibility, So what would people do? As I said in the beginning, wouldn't people be calling the prison to find out, but why is Anna visiting Josh? What happened to the consequences of his bad behavior? But that's just my fucked up thinking, I think. So, according to Katie Joy, because there is no filing in court, Anna and Josh are still married, but are only separated by his sentence. Also, another thing I want to say is, you saw she couldn't verify or deny if Anna has moved out from the Duggars' home. Secondly, why would Anna go live in a trailer when her sister and her husband lived right next door to the Spivies? Number 3 is, Katie Joy has connections with Anna Duggar's older sister, the one that she says has a 7,300 square foot home that is so well off. So why didn't Katie Joy pick up the phone and possibly ask her for a comment, or does she know what's going on? But I take it as if Rebecca also found out how full of shit Katie is, found out about her dirty ways, and cut her loose. So, moral of the story here is that Katie Joy feels that she is everything Duggars. She knows more than anybody else about the Duggars. She's the one that, not the first time she's doing this to Tough Topic, as I said. She consistently does this with Tough Topic when she has certain information that Katie Joy feels that maybe, is she right? Did she get the information first? So she tries to go and invalidate her. Whereas, how many times has Katie Joy been wrong? Nobody's gone after her. Nobody's gone out of their way to do what she does to Tough Topic. She is not the gatekeeper of the Duggars. She feels that she needs to have this PhD because she knows the Duggars so well and she knows how to interpret their propaganda. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit, because what she does is stalks these people. She harasses these people, in my opinion. At the end of the day, yes, I know they're in a cult. A lot of people don't approve of how they live their life, what they're doing. At the end of the day, what she did to Tough Topic is absolutely wrong. There was no need for it. She needs to apologize to Tough Topic for even putting it out there for people to think that Tough Topic is spreading false information. You guys can let me know what you think. That was absolutely wrong. As I said, I've linked Tough Topics channel in my description box. Please feel free to go and watch her. As I said, you won't be disappointed. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, of your day, to watch these videos of mine and support me. I truly appreciate you guys, and I truly do mean that. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another, and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.